Good evening and welcome. Thanks for joining us. My name is Lisa Vaca, and I'm a special education consultant with the Halton Catholic District School Board. Co-presenting with me tonight is my colleague, special education resource teacher for Project Search, Tracy Tapper.
Good evening, everyone.
This evening, we are very excited and eager to begin the recruitment process for our second cohort of interns at our Project Search site at Milton District Hospital. This one-year school-to-work transition program is truly a unique opportunity for individuals with developmental or intellectual disabilities that combines classroom instruction with job skills, training, and coaching. We're so thrilled that you can be with us tonight to hear more about this amazing program. Before we go any further, I am pleased to present and acknowledge our Project Search Halton Partnership team leaders. I'll start with Stephanie Ballo, our Superintendent of Special Education here at Halton Catholic District School Board, and I'll call on her to say a few words.
Thank you, Lisa, and good evening, everyone. We certainly appreciate your attendance at this virtual information session to learn more about Project Search. As a board, we are very pleased to be offering this School to Work internship program for a second year and look forward to hearing from our students and parents this evening about their experiences. A personal thank you to Community Living North Halton, Halton Healthcare, and the Project Search organization for engaging with us and for the ongoing partnership. Much appreciation to our facilitators, Lisa and Tracy, who will be leading our session tonight. And at this time, it's my pleasure to welcome our director, Pat Daly.
Hi, good evening, everybody, and thanks, Stephanie. I just wanted to say welcome to our session tonight. It's just about a year ago today that we launched this new initiative for our board and with our partners, and it's been a fantastic inaugural year. We're really looking forward to our second year with Project Search. We hope all of your questions are answered tonight. I know the team has put a lot of thought and effort into tonight's presentation, so I hope it's a great session. Thanks, Stephanie.
Thank you so much, Pat and Stephanie. I'm also very pleased to introduce you to Jim Fair. He's from Halton Healthcare, and he's going to speak to us as well.
Good evening, everyone. Halton Healthcare is very pleased to be involved in this program. We are now approaching the end of 4 cohorts in partnership with the Catholic Board and the Public Board, and it's a great program. I've been involved since the beginning, and I endorse it fully. And I'll tell you, my daughter participated. It's wonderful.
Thank you, Jim. I'll now ask Greg Edmiston, Executive Director from Community Living North Halton, to say hello.
Hi, everyone. We are really looking forward to being part of another successful year of Project Search, and thanks to all the partners. It's been a great year so far, so thank you.
Thank you, Greg, and thanks to all our organizational leaders who really understood and supported the need for expanded job preparation opportunity for our students with developmental disabilities. I'd now like to take a moment to present the other members of our Project Search panel who will be helping us with this session tonight. From Community Living North Halton, we have Community Development Coordinator Nancy Comber and Rhonda Sultana, Manager of Community Relations and Activities Employment. Also from CLNH, we have our skills trainers, Megan Kuzak and Peace Kalu. From our current Project Search class, we have 2 of our interns here with us tonight, Justin Veal and April Rose.
Hello.
And we also have a proud parent of one of our interns, Tracy Veal.
Hi, everyone.
And finally, representing Halton Catholic District School Board, we have Andrew Cordero, itinerant resource teacher,
Hi, everyone.
and Jody O'Reilly, our special education coordinator. We do have a few members of our team that were unable to attend this evening. Catherine Stevenson, the principal of our program, and Linda Ivory, the recruitment specialist from Halton Healthcare. Unfortunately, they couldn't be with us, but thank you, ladies, for the contributions you have made to support our partnership. And thanks again to our whole team for being part of this evening. We appreciate all of you. Now that our introductions are completed, without further ado, let's begin with our presentation. So as a Catholic school community, we like to begin all our meetings and information sessions with a prayer. Please join me in the sign of our faith. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. Focus on faith prayer. Jesus, our Savior and friend, you have shown us so much love. You are gentle with us, you heal us, you died on the cross for us. Now you ask us, do you love me? As we come to know you better and see all that you have done for us, may our hearts be filled with love for you. Make us eager to always do what you ask of us and to see your face and love you in everyone else we meet, especially those we may find it hard to love. It is your love which turns our lives around. By trying to love as you have loved us, we become more and more like you. Guide us always on our way. Show us each day how to love you more. Spirit of the living God, fill our hearts. Amen. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. We would also like to take a moment to honor the Indigenous land.
Halton, as we know it today,
is rich in the history and modern traditions
of many First Nations and the Métis.
From the lands of the Anishinaabe
to the Attawandaron,
the Haudenosaunee,
and the Métis.
These lands surrounding the Great Lake
are steeped in Indigenous history.
As we gather today
on these treaty lands,
our Catholic social teachings
call us in solidarity
with our Indigenous brothers and sisters.
To honor and respect the four directions:
lands, waters, plants, animals, and ancestors
that walked before us.
All these wonderful elements of creation exist,
gifted to us by our Creator God. We acknowledge and thank
the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation
for being stewards of this traditional territory.
Thank you. A quick note before we begin sharing information about Project Search. We want to make sure that we answer any questions that you might have this evening. So please use the Microsoft form that was made accessible in advance of this session. Feel free to post questions throughout the session, as the form will continue to be monitored and we will pause periodically for this purpose. Also, if by the end of our session there are questions that we do not have time to get to, we will be posting responses on a frequently asked question format on the board website after our event. I'd like to begin by sharing a brief overview of the Project Search program. As mentioned, Project Search is a one-of-a-kind program that provides total work immersion coupled with targeted classroom instruction. It's an exceptional transitional model. Next slide, please. The transition model of Project Search includes 6 interns, a special education teacher, and 2 skills trainers that support interns in a series of 3 internships in a variety of departments within the hospital. The Project Search team members all work together to customize job assistance for our Project Search students. Next slide, please. Who's eligible for Project Search? So we've listed some key items for eligibility, and I'm just going to highlight a few. Age is important. Students need to be between the ages of 18 to 21. Students also have to demonstrate the ability to develop independence in the workplace. Students will need to be able to provide their own transportation to and from the hospital daily. Students need to be able to pass a criminal reference check. And lastly, as required by Halton Healthcare, interns must be fully vaccinated against COVID-19. Next slide, thank you. The partnership of Project Search involves a business. Of course, in our case, it's Milton District Hospital, a community organization, Community Live North Halton, and a school board, which we are lucky to be at Halton here at Halton Catholic. It's a combination of support model that leads to successful outcomes. Project Search is a proven, successful school to work program that's grown over the years and is available over 600 sites globally. We can see there are sites in the UK, in the US, and of course, right here in Canada. So the first site in Canada was established in 2011, and that was in Winnipeg. But currently, we have 7 sites within Canada, and the newest and latest edition is now in Prince Edward Island. And ladies and gentlemen, this number continues to grow. There are a few new sites that will begin in the fall of 2022. So the program continues to expand because it's so rewarding for its participants. 75% of its graduates find employment at the end of the program. We thought the best way to show you how great the program is to share a brief video clip that showcases it in action. The following video features interns from Project Search Northwestern Medicine in Chicago. Please enjoy.
Hello, my name is Bridget, and I'm graduating from Project Search today.
Today I'm graduating from Project Search.
I'm graduating now.
Hi, my name is Luke. I am a graduate of Project Search, and I work at Northwestern Medicine.
Project Search is a program that teaches students job skills.
Their semester is set up like a regular school semester. They take coursework that helps them be more familiar with basic job skills, interviewing, resume writing, things like that.
3 of the skills that I learned being like independent, prioritizing, and time management.
They help me find my voice.
So I like to eye contact with the people. That's my favorite part, and smile.
Then they also have more of a didactic experience where they're placed within different departments within the hospital to get real life job skills training.
This is my job. This is where I work. I do all the cleaning. I clean the beds, takes the dirty linen out, wipe it down the bed and put clean linen on. I clean the weights. I like to clean.
Luke is very detail-oriented in his tasks that he performs every day. He knows exactly what he needs to get done and does it. He supports our Patients First mission every day. He makes sure that our clinic is safe for our patients.
It's very important in what I do because I don't want people to get sick.
And the patients always goes first.
I think having inclusion and diversity being a key aspect of our organization really helps our community. We can really help them achieve our goals, which helps the organization achieve their goals as well.
With any of my kids, I want them to be happy, and I think he's happy when he can do his best.
It could allow him to be himself, but at the same time, he would learn how to present himself better in ways that we don't necessarily see as parents.
96% of our Project Search graduates get job placements after the program.
I'm very excited to start my new job at the Weston.
Now I'm working at Edwards as a housekeeper.
I'm so glad I get a good job. I get the money.
Parents of children with intellectual disabilities, it is crucial for them to see people that are like their children being successful. I think it gives parents hope for the future of their kids.
I think the greatest thing you can do for your kids is help them reach their potential, and we think that his participation and the work that he did with Northwestern Medicine helped propel him towards his potential.
it made me feel like I accomplished my goal, and that was really important.
And they believed in me when I didn't believe in myself.
So it's so nice to see the enthusiasm of everyone involved in Project Search, especially great to see the students engaged in such meaningful tasks. And a lot of the personal successes can be attributed to how the students saw themselves and how confident they were in their capabilities. Project Search aims to build that increased confidence for our students. So the Project Search model teaches skills using a collaborative training approach that makes our interns valuable workers in the community. The goal, of course, is to be able to provide our interns with challenging, complex jobs. Next slide, please. Okay, so at this point in time, let's pause for a moment and see if there are any questions. Andrew, are there any questions so far?
Actually, Lisa, yes, we have a couple coming in now. The first one is there transportation provided?
Okay, a really good question. Thank you, Andrew. Thanks for asking this. So an important factor in the designation of our Project Search site was its location. And for our school district in Halton, Milton's location offers the most geographically central option. And it is therefore the expectation that Project Search parents and guardians provide interns with travel to and from the hospital work site. We do invite interns to use public transportation when available and encourage them to participate in travel training to ensure success in using it independently. Currently, some of our interns carpool, so this is an option if there's fellow interns that are in the same area. That's something that has been working out well for our students. Any other questions?
Yeah, we have another one here, Lisa. Do Project Search students get hired by the host business, Halton Healthcare?
Again, a fair question. So while we do appreciate when this does happen or if this can happen, Halton Healthcare, our host business, is under no obligation to hire our students once they've completed Project Search. Our skills trainers worked actively with our job developer to pursue opportunities for the interns within the greater community. And this may or may not include our host business. So I hope that answers your questions. And I think we're going to take a break for more questions later in the presentation. So thanks, Andrew. Next slide, please. Thank you. So now for a more detailed look at the particulars of the program, I'll ask Tracy to move us into the next part of our presentation. Next slide, please.
Thank you, Lisa. Once again, good evening, everyone. As Mr. Daly mentioned, here we are 1 year later, and I'm really excited to provide you with a snapshot of our Project Search program at Milton District Hospital. We are immersed in a hospital setting that offers dynamic internships to 6 incredible students with growth mindsets that provide such positive and rich experiences thus far in the Project Search program. Next slide, please. To review, our class composition includes six interns, 1 special education teacher, and 2 skills trainers. We have a classroom on site at Milton District Hospital where we begin and end our day. Other than the start and the end of our day, our students are fully immersed in the hospital. They report to work similar to those of Halton Healthcare staff. Our interns wear work uniforms, and many hospital staff are very aware of our program's presence in the hospital, and this awareness continues to grow. Our interns rotate through 3 unpaid internships over the course of the school year, and the purpose of this is to develop their work and their employability skills. Essentially, we want our interns to have the opportunities and experiences of doing different tasks, taking direction from multiple persons, and helping them grow professionally as they grow and as they explore with what is meaningful to them. So as you can see on our screen, we presently have a variety of internships we offer our interns. Our business liaison for Halton Healthcare, Linda Ivory, actually developed 9 internship sites prior to our September startup. And in collaboration with our skills trainers, Peace and Megan, they continue to work with Linda to grow our internships. So we actually already have increased our number by 2 since September. We have an additional position in environmental services and a second one in maternal newborn. So our goal continues to be to expand our internship opportunities at our hospital site. Next slide, please. Our program is afforded to skill trainers by Community Living North Halton, and the role of the skills trainer is one of really great importance in supporting our interns in developing many areas and also to ensure the overall success of Project Search. And I'd like to take this opportunity now to introduce to you 2 of my colleagues, Peace Kalu and Megan Kuzak. And at this time, both Megan and Peace will speak to their roles as skills trainers. So thank you very much, Peace and Megan, for joining us this evening.
Hello, everyone. A job skills trainer is to work alongside the teacher to provide support in the classroom and during the internship. Some examples of this in our current Project Search year is supporting students in developing their resume and practicing their interview skills. During work time, job skills trainers also create accommodations for students and collect data on student performance. For example, an image schedule where tasks are pictured or a visual checklist where times to wash hands or change gloves are highlighted. The goal of Project Search is to support interns to gain skills that would help them prepare for competitive employment. As skills trainers, we act as the support system for the interns, not just on the job, but also in the classroom. On certain occasions, we step in to provide lessons. Other times, we identify students who require one-on-one support and give the required support. We work in close contact with employment support and job developers throughout the school year. They come in for the interns' employment planning meetings, and sometimes they come to observe the intern during the internship. The purpose is to identify their greatest strengths, support their areas of need, and to find and apply for jobs that would best suit the interests of interns. During the internship, the 2 skills trainers circulate between internships and support students to learn new tasks. With tasks that support students to learn new tasks and with tasks that may challenge students and advocate for new tasks when students are ready based on the data collected. Depending on the number of interns in the school year, for example, if there are 6 interns, each skills trainer supports 3 interns per internship and then will rotate in the next internship. So the interns get to experience support from all staff. Progress is then tracked throughout the internship from data collected during training times and check-ins.
Thank you, Megan. Next slide, please. The following are possible skills to be observed and assessed. The skills are customized skills to meet the needs of the host site. Thus, we are matching some of the core skills to be used in the potential internships. Just by looking at this list, you can see that there are a variety of skills targeted, such as filing alphabetically and numerically, physical demands, such as maneuvering a hospital bed, transporting a dolly or a linen cart, pouching cutlery, stocking linen, and PPE cupboards. Upon reflection, in addition to hard skills shared above, 2 soft skills that have offered a steep learning curve for our interns this past school year are social communication skills with respect to patient and coworker interaction, and also the importance of time management. Next slide, please. In the previous slide, based on the examples presented for some of the job-related knowledge and abilities that our interns need to perform when completing tasks, important look-fors are attention and self-determination, so they will produce quality work, stamina in order to meet the physical and mental demands of the job, fine and gross motor dexterity, so our interns can successfully interact with the objects and the rest of their working environment, and finally, time on task, so our interns acquire new skills in the most efficient manner. Next slide, please. So our program at the hospital begins at 8:30 a.m. and concludes at 2:30, Monday through Friday. Our interns and staff begin the day in our classroom, and for 1 hour, 15 minutes, the students are taught an alternative curriculum that pertains to employability skills. Project Search headquarters have provided staff with a very useful and extensive curriculum to access on our portal. And the 9 units of study are outlined on the slide. So each unit of study is broken down into several lessons with resources such as videos, case scenarios, and other visuals to support our students' understanding of key concepts. Next slide, please. So at this time, we have another question and answer period. So Andrew, are there any questions in the form? Thanks.
Yeah, we have a couple more here, Tracy. First one here is, are students who show competency in a role challenged to progress as fits the student or expected to continue in repetitive type tasks?
Thanks, Andrew. So a Project Search intern will be trained on work tasks predetermined by the manager or mentor based on the needs of the department or the unit. So what happens is the mentor will train the skills trainer, and in turn, the skills trainer will train the student. So in collaboration with the unit mentor or manager, based on the student performance, the skills trainer will build on skills mastered by introducing new tasks. Anything else, Andrew?
Yeah, we have another one here, Tracy. Okay. Are students who show competency in a role presented with opportunity to try or experience work in a different department?
As I mentioned earlier, there are a total of 3 internships provided to each intern. So what happens is during the first 2 weeks of the program, our students receive classroom visits by the unit managers and mentors to explain to the interns what the internship responsibilities for their respective units. So our interns will provide feedback to myself and to the skills trainers with their top selections for internships. So based on the information collected from the assessment skills day and information collected from the sending schools, we determine the placement opportunities for our students. And this question actually does relate to the first question in the sense that if a student shows competency in specific skills, new skills will be added to their work schedule within that specific department or unit. So there will be no transfer out of a unit and into another unit before the end of that internship. Are there any additional questions, Andrew?
Looks like that's it for now, Tracy.
Okay, thank you. Next slide, please. So in order to support our interns in their journey to competitive employment, this process cannot be done by just the instructor, skills trainer, and hospital staff. What's fundamental to the success of the Project Search program is the collaboration needed between home, school, and community. So parents and guardians play a very important role in their child's experiences while participating in Project Search. Parents provide feedback on goals created for their child as reflected in the IEP. They are actively involved in 6 intern-led employment planning meetings throughout the program. And they also have a key role in their child transitioning to competitive employment. I am pleased to introduce one of our Project Search parents, Mrs. Tracy Veal. Mrs. Veal is mom to Justin, one of our interns. And Mrs. Veal is here this evening to share her experience thus far as a parent of a Project Search intern. Mrs. Veal, thank you very much for joining us this evening.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. I'm so excited to share my experiences with all of you. As a parent of a young adult with special needs, one of your greatest fears is how they're going to transition into adulthood. Independence is very scary. You wonder, how much can they handle? Will they be taken advantage of? Are they ready? After graduation, Project Search was a very appealing option for our family. It helped our son connect with like-minded peers who share the same goal of wanting real workplace experience in a highly structured, supportive, and safe environment. It has helped us gain a whole new appreciation for our son's skills and abilities. Our fears are moving towards excitement of what's to come. Milton District Hospital has been the ideal location for Justin to gain real-life experience. Through his 3 different internships, he has been exposed to a variety of career choices. His confidence has soared working in the hospital environment. It has reinforced the fact that everyone needs help and that he can play a really important role in the lives of others. I have particularly appreciated the high level of support and engagement we have had as parents with this program. Ongoing updates and thorough evaluation and reviews have really helped provide us a better sense of our son's strengths and abilities. For him, it's greatly improved his time management, skills, and expectations. We've seen him learn about working safely in a challenging environment, and he has become a strong self-advocate. All skills that will be highly transferable into his everyday life and any career path he chooses. We've seen huge growth in his self-confidence in dealing with people in general, and we are very proud to hear about his successes through the experiences of his coworkers and mentors. He has developed strong relationships with his classmates and has friendships that he will treasure far beyond his time with Project Search. It is well known that it takes a village to raise a child, but this is especially true with children that have special needs. The collaboration between the Halton Catholic District School Board, Milton District Hospital, Community Living North Halton, and Project Search couldn't have come at a better time for our son. They have been instrumental in building bridges during the stage of transition in his life, and we see a bright future for our family. And most importantly, Justin has built connections and supports that he will be able to utilize for years to come. He has found a place where he fits in and is not judged on his disability, but is recognized for his abilities. He has developed a true sense of belonging as a result of being part of Project Search. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Veal. We appreciate your support, and on a professional and personal level, it's been a joy to work with you. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. And continuing with the Veal family, what I'd like to do at this point in time is I'd like to take the opportunity to introduce you to one of my interns. His name is Justin Veal, and Justin has worked very hard during his time here at Project Search. Justin is motivated, kind, enthusiastic. You will get this in a few minutes. He is an enthusiastic young man who, right from the moment he was accepted into the program and from the moment I met him, I knew that his time here at Project Search would be well spent. So without further ado, please meet Justin. Next slide, please.
Thanks, Ms. Topper. Hello, parents and school board members. My name is Justin Veal. I'm a Project Search intern at Milton District Hospital, and I would like to talk to you about why Project Search is good and why it is a very helpful program. So as a student, I had a decision to make as to whether I wanted to do Project Search or go back to high school for another year, and I chose to apply to Project Search. After the application was sent in, I had to do an interview, and it went very well. We had an orientation a few days before starting, so we can meet some of the people and places we may have to deal with every day. And I knew instantly from the moment I met some of the people that I would be spending the next 10 months with, I knew we were going to be close. I knew we were going to be close right away. Getting into it was very different. It was nerve-wracking, but exciting. We got in on the first day, and that feeling I said about how we were going to be a tight-knit family happened almost instantly. We seemed to have bonded right away, which as students and teachers alike were very happy to see. We would eat lunch together in the main lobby of the hospital every day to show that we are a team. Then we were put into different internships. My first internship was in the medical device reprocessing department. And just to give you a sense of some of my responsibilities, my daily responsibilities, I would put C-section carts together, and I would also put case carts together for the operating room. I operated some machinery like the autoclaves and the instrument washer. I washed scopes, and I scanned and stamped loads. In consultation with my teacher, Ms. Tapper, and skills trainers, Ms. PK and Ms. K, based on assessments done on me throughout my internships, we discussed the skills I have mastered and the skills I need to continue developing. Some skills I continue to concentrate on are focus. I have to be able to focus because there are a lot of distractions in the hospital and in every internship as well. So I have to be very focused so that way I'm able to get my jobs done. And perseverance. Even when I don't get my checklist fully completed, I try not to dwell on it too much. I try and move on to the next day and not let it affect me. And this has more to do with the second internship, which I'm currently doing, which is in maternal newborn. I also have what is called an employment goal. And my employment goal is to move from a part-time job that I have now, which is less than 40 hours a week, to a full-time job, which is 40 hours a week or more. And as to what that job is still undetermined. However, I'm narrowing it down every day. And I'm currently investigating a part-time job in environmental services at the Milton District Hospital. In the next coming months, I will be working with my job developer, Leslie, through Community Living North Halton to explore opportunities in the Milton area. At this point, let's return to my first internship in the Medical Device Reprocessing Unit. I have a clip to share with you that shows some of the tasks that I performed in MDR and how these skills have helped shape me as a worker. I hope you enjoy the video.
What I think about Project Search is that it's a good way for people like the other interns to boost up their work skills, and it also helps boost up their confidence as well. So I'm currently working in the Medical Device Reprocessing Department. That basically means that I will be sterilizing the surgeon's tools so they can later use them in the operating room. It makes me feel good because I get to work with other people. I get to use I get to sterilize the surgeon's tools. And it's also nice to know that they're not just giving me the sets just to practice, but the sets that they're giving me and the tasks that they're giving me are actually going to be used in the operating rooms.
All right. I felt my first internship was a great success, and it was also a great experience. But speaking of great successes, at this point, I would like to introduce you to a classmate of mine. Her name is April. April is one of 6 interns in the program, and like me, April has already found success in the program. I would like to turn it over to her so she can share her story. We are very proud of April and her accomplishments so far. April?
April, are you able to join us this evening? Okay, well, I'd like you to hear April's story, so I'm going to share it with you actually. So April is one of my interns, and April came from St. Thomas Aquinas in Oakville, where April was in the life skills program. And it was her teachers that told April about Project Search. And April shared with us that right away, she was hooked on the idea of going to Project Search. And one thing that April really likes about Project Search is learning new skills and meeting new friends. And April shared with us that she has learned communication skills, such as talking to patients and coworkers. And she's learned the importance of keeping herself and others healthy and safe while at work. And thus far, April has had 2 internships. So her first internship was in food services, where she was learning to portion diet drinks, receiving clean dishes as they came out of the machine. And she also had experience serving food to patients. And April is actually wrapping up her second internship in complex transitional care. And what April does in the CTC unit is she helps the recreational therapists and patients with exercising. And another wonderful opportunity that April has been afforded is she does arts and crafts with patients, and she also stocks medical supplies and linens. So this leads me to share with you a good news story about April. So back in December, April applied for a part-time position in food services with Milton District Hospital. April went for an interview, and we are pleased to say that April was offered a permanent part-time position working evening shifts and alternate weekends on site here at Milton District Hospital. So like Justin, April does have a job coach through Community Living Oakville who has helped support her in her new job. And some feedback from April, she said she feels awesome that she got the job. She said she's learning to be independent. She's learning professionalism. And she also said that she likes making money and that she's very proud of herself, and we are very proud of her accomplishments. So well done, April. So what I'd like to do at this point in time, I believe there is another question that has been put in the form. Andrew, is there another question that you'd like to share, please?
Yes, we have another one here. It says, do we know what jobs the students would be assigned to do in the hospital?
Okay, so we know the internships, and we continue to develop those internships. And as I stated earlier, this year what we have done is we've worked very closely with our managers and mentors in each of the units and departments at the hospital to develop those jobs. And those jobs that are developed are specific to that department or unit. So as students move along in mastering those jobs, we then introduce new jobs to our interns. I hope that answers your question. Are there any other questions, Andrew?
That's it for now, Tracy.
Okay, thank you. At this point in time, I'd like to pass it back to Lisa. Next slide, please.
So thank you, Tracy. At this point in time, I just want to say it was really amazing to hear such awesome news from our interns. We're so proud of all of you. It's great to see them blossoming in their jobs and their abilities to maintain their workplace relationships, excuse me. As we all know, COVID-19 continues to exist. And although we are happy to hear some of the recent relaxation to some of the requirements, it still brings uncertainty and challenges. So we want to acknowledge that here tonight and review with you the flexibility that may be required of all of us as we move forward together in planning for the fall. So a couple of factors to consider. Firstly, Project Search must operate, of course, in accordance with any COVID-19 operating procedures of all of the organizations involved. And we're going to continue to monitor COVID-19, the pandemic, and carefully consider the safety of all students, staff, hospital patients, and families. And finally, further adjustments may be required if changes in the pandemic situation affect any of the partner operations. So I'm going to just ask Jim if he can come onto the screen and to add a few details about some of the updates relating to Halton Healthcare expectations.
Yeah, there's been a number of announcements recently about things opening up and loosening up, but Halton Healthcare continues to have a policy of vaccination for all staff, 100% vaccination. So students will be expected to be vaccinated for COVID-19. There are a number of other vaccinations that we have that are probably standard with the school board, measles, rubella, that sort of thing. We do, however, provide personal protective equipment for everyone as required for the situations. And I'm happy to say that You know, with all our students being out in the workplace as they are, nobody has contracted COVID in the workplace. We are, I like to refer to us as a castle with a moat built around us that protects us all from whatever's going on out there in the community. It's a very safe place, but it's safe because everybody participates and makes it safe.
Thank you so much, Jim. And the next slide, please. Okay. So we want to share with you how you can apply to the program for the 2022-2023 school year. So if you are interested in applying, you can access an electronic application in one of two ways. First, you can see on the screen that there is a link. That link is currently active. A second option is for you to use the QR codes that's on the screen. You can scan the code with your phone camera to access the form. So please note that our applications are due on March the 25th. And the completion of an application does not necessarily guarantee placement in the program. So following the application submission, applicants will receive further information regarding next steps. This will of course include an interview and information about the assessment process. The selection committee will consist of a Halton Catholic District School Board representative, a Community Living North Halton representative, and a Halton Healthcare representative. And so they're all going to be involved in screening candidates and determine who will move forward in the program. We know that we've shared a lot of information tonight. So if you missed any parts of the presentation, or if you just want to review any of the information that we've shared, a link to the recording of tonight's session will be posted in the feature story on our board's website, and that is www.hcdsb.org. So please go back and watch us again. If you have any additional questions or any difficulties accessing the application, please contact Tracy or myself by email or by phone. Our contact information is listed up on the screen at this point in time. Okay, and the last slide, thank you. So in closing, we'd like to thank you for participating tonight. If you have an opportunity, please take a moment to complete the feedback form that is accessible via the QR code that's up on the screen. We'd love to hear from you, and we welcome your comments and questions. So thank you very much, everyone, and have a good day.
Thanks, Lisa. Thank you, everyone, for attending this evening and for your continued support.